If you thrived on Twitter around 2013, it's your time to shine. Today, we're getting all cozy because we're talking about the cool girl, chill social platform called Threads. If I'm being honest, I did not think Threads was gonna last. I remember all the hype when it launched back in July 2023. I quickly secured my username, posted a few times, and then totally ghosted the platform for a full year. And I heard that it was still going pretty strong. So summer of 2024, I picked it back up again, and I have not looked back since. Even when I shared on Instagram that I was gonna film a YouTube video on this, somebody DM'd me and said, wait, is Threads dead? They hadn't been on the platform in years, and they didn't know that it's still very much alive and well. If you're new to Threads or you don't know much about it, it's basically Twitter before Twitter got weird. So think like 2012 to 2016 era of Twitter, back when people just posted random things that they were thinking about. Before we get too much into this whole video on marketing your business on Threads, let's talk about where Threads fits into the whole marketing puzzle. When I talk about marketing, I always think of it like a flywheel because it's an ongoing relationship. You add a little momentum, things start to pick up, and they continue to pick up and work for you. I outline the flywheel in 4 different steps. You have visibility, connection, customers, and then flywheel, and all of your efforts compound. Threads fits into the visibility part, but it can also lead to the connection part of this. If you're thinking about a standard marketing funnel, this would be at the very top, the awareness stage. Because most people on Threads don't know you, don't know what you do, and this might be their very first experience interacting with you. Keep that in mind as we go through some different types of content that you can post on Threads and some creative ways to use it for your business. The first, and honestly my favorite type of content to post, is something controversial or like a hot take in your industry. For example, I posted this one talking about how you probably don't need a social media manager, you need a marketing strategy. And it picked up. Caveat to this is you have to be ready to defend your stance or talk about why you said the thing that you said, because people will come at you. I think it's so important though, because it's going to start a lot of conversations and attract followers who agree with you and like that that's your take. And of course, it'll repel the people who don't. Another type of content that does really well on Threads is storytelling with a call to action at the end. Typically, people do this through a series of threads, so you can actually post once and then reply to it and kind of build out a multi-post thread. I posted this one talking about paying thousands to be in a coach's energy, and then what do you do when their energy sucks? I explained a membership that I created and how my support is different from what I've seen in this space. The third type of content is saying what you do and don't believe in. And this is really important because it shows your values in your business. For example, I posted this thread talking about how roasting your potential clients is a bad outreach strategy. And that shows that that is not something I believe in. I believe in treating people with empathy and love and respect. And the fourth category of content, and probably the most fun, is anything that can showcase your personality. I've posted about Hillary Duff, Taylor Swift, and romantasy books. I've also posted about embroidery and sourdough because these are all things that kind of make me unique and are things that I'm passionate about. What makes Threads different from any other social platform for business is you don't really need to put yourself in a box. Everything doesn't need to be tied to business and it doesn't need to be related. That's why I believe this is the best platform to show your personality. Let's talk about some creative ways to use Threads, and I have 3 different ways that you can use it for your business. Number 1 is for testing. You can test your hooks, and these could be hooks that you're going to use on content for other platforms, such as hooks for an Instagram reel. You can test sales copy. Maybe you're testing the headline of a new sales page you're working on. And you can conduct market research. You can do this by asking people to reply with their thoughts or posting a poll, which is a feature on Threads. Now, how do you get data from the things that you're testing? If something picks up and gets a lot of likes, reposts, or replies, that tells me that it's resonating with my audience. How can you infuse that into your content on other platforms or into your sales pages? Another way to use Threads for your business is promoting free resources and offers. Yes, you run a business, so it's okay to promote your stuff. I've used Threads to build a wait list for a program I was launching, to promote lead magnets, and of course, to sell my offers. And the thing that's nice about this is every single person is not going to see every single post. You can even post back to back to back, and those are likely going to go out to different people. And the last way to use Threads is just to share more of your personality and unfiltered thoughts. I've gotten to really know business owners well through Threads because they're sharing personal things that they don't share on any other platform. Here's some tips for making the most of Threads for your business. First, make sure you connect your Threads and Instagram accounts. This just links them so people can click back and forth. If they're on your Instagram, they can click to your Threads and vice versa. You can also import your bio directly from Instagram and automatically follow people on Threads that you already follow on Instagram. Another tip is to reply more than you post. Being a part of conversations, number one, is good for visibility, especially if you show up as a thought leader in your space. It also just leads to deeper connections. Number three, change up the length of your posts. On Threads, it's acceptable to do a quick one-liner or a few words, all the way to sharing a full story in a multi-post thread and anything in between. Be bold and take a stand for what you believe in. This can be personally or professionally. Number five, pin a freebie or an offer thread at the very top of your profile. Just like on Instagram, you can have pinned posts, you can have them on Threads as well, so make sure that post is very intentional. And lastly, this kind of goes back to replying more than you post, but aim to start conversations more than you aim to sell. You don't know where these conversations could lead. I have gotten clients from Threads, referral partners, and just others in my network within the marketing industry. This is not a platform for pushy selling. This is a platform for connection and to help you find your people. But once you do, going back to the flywheel effect, after connection comes customers. So if you do this right, those clients will come in the door. Do you have any questions about Threads? Are you excited to get started? Drop in the comments and let me know. And of course, if you want to see what's on my mind lately, you can go ahead and follow me on Threads at Bud to Bloom Marketing. If you learned something in this video, hit subscribe and I would love to see you on the next video.